Classic Truck Rescue. Pretty decent Saturday morning. We got the trailer hooked up. We're ready to head out. Jamie, where are we going?
Where are we going?
Where are we going? What are we doing today?
We're going to get Jethro.
Hold on.
Horrible if you're filming that and he like dumped it.
Well, it would be horrible, but not if he was okay, because then we could put his video on World's Dumbest Drivers. Anyway, what are we going to do today, Jamie?
We're going to get Jethro's brother,
Gomer?
Gomer.
Why we call him Gomer?
Because he's kind of goofy.
He is a goober, and we're going to go get him, and it's a nice day for it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, got Old Yeller running and driving real good. He's already working around the farm, actually hauling stuff, and kind of excited about going and getting old Gomer today. There's old McDonald. And I'll do a little video on this guy pretty soon. He's a mess. I actually shoveled a whole barrel full of insulation out of this guy. I know it looks bad. I know it does look bad, but it's rare. It's GMC's version of the Suburban from 1955. Pretty cool. They called it a carryall. And the one that's the same color next to it. Anyway, we got to go get Gomer, because he's sitting down in Medford, and he needs to be up here with the boys. Woody. This will be Annabella's second road trip, and I promise not to have 20 minutes of Annabella video in this video. But it's her second road trip, and she's turning out to be a really good dog. You are. Annabella, did you go potty outside? Drinks and dinks, get them while it's hot. We gotta go. We gotta go bye-bye. You wanna go bye-bye with your dad? Wanna go on another road trip, sweetie? You are a good girl. About halfway down to Medford to pick up Gomer, and we should be rolling by a dump truck that we're gonna be coming back to get for parts. There he is, right there. South of Eugene, making really good time today. I just had a really weird experience that I wanted to share. I called the guy that I'm getting this truck from, and we're too early. We're gonna be there too early. Gene, we're gonna be there too early. So we have to kill some time. That's awesome.
That's the first time in our history together.
I don't remember that ever happening.
Usually it's like,
No, and even in all the years before I met you, when the mule and I used to go out on the road, I've never experienced the "you're too early" thing. Never. Wow. It's cool though. I like it. What do you think?
yeah, it gives us time to like stop and get something to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting there early. What a concept. Peace out. Speaking of all that early stuff, there's a Napco four-wheel drive, a baby blue 55 or 56 Chevy Napco four-wheel drive that I spotted about 2 years ago before I met you.
In an undisclosed
area that we're coming up on. I stopped by here about 2 years ago when I was on my way back from LA after traveling down there to deliver a load of bumper cars, driving a mule and dragging about a 20-foot trailer stacked too high with bumper cars. Anyway, stopped by there because I saw this blue Napco sitting next to a shop, and I talked to the guy, and he said it was his dad's truck, and they were getting ready to build it. But that's been 2 years ago. That was before I met you. 2 years ago.
Just right before.
Yeah, but he hasn't done anything with the truck, because when we were on the way back with Old Yeller a week ago, yeah, it's a nice rest area. That would have been nice. Anyway, we were on the way back with Old Yeller last week, and I saw that it had been moved from beside the shop, not into the shop, but out into a field behind the shop. So we need to stop and see what's up with that. What's up with that? So we're rolling up on this, it's either a 55 or 56 Chevy Napco four-wheel drive that I spied a couple of years ago, and the guy said they were getting ready to pull it into the shop and start working on it. And last week when we were coming through here, I noticed it didn't get pulled into the shop. It got pulled out to the field, and now it's sitting out in the field. There it is right there, the light blue one. But yeah, that's a Napco four-wheel drive. I already checked it out last time I came through here. And it's not a bad little truck, but man, don't push it further out into the bushes. And if you're gonna, sell it to me. Go over there. But it looks to be a pretty nice little truck. We'll see what's up with that. They were trying to sell this Jeep last time I was out here, and I know that's for sale. So if anyone's interested in that kind of a Jeep Wagoneer type deal, get a hold of me. But I'm going after this guy right over here. That's a 55 or 6 Napco Chevy four-wheel drive. Alright, so we're in sunny Medford, Oregon, looking through a whole lot of bugs, but we're rolling up to the secret location where Gomer's been hiding from me. I've been trying to get this truck for what, about 4 months, honey? Huh?
Probably. What if it's in?
Don't take out the fence or the gate.
I'll try not to.
You want me to drive?
No.
Alright.
God.
And there is Gomer.
Heck, look at him. He's pretty.
This is Don.
Hi, Dan.
Don also.
Hey Don, is that your truck then?
Yeah.
How long you had that? Yeah? Do you know anything about the history of it?
Guy that owned it, the last time it run, I was on the street, he hauled a load of gravel down here.
Yeah.
So if you put a battery in a gas, it would run.
You know what? The last guy that I bought one from last Saturday told me the same thing. I got it home the same night it was running and driving around the farm.
Nice.
You know?
I never had it.
Yeah. What'd you get it for? Were you gonna fix it up or?
I was going to, and then I decided. He had an old beat up.
They're talking about this guy.
Pretty neat looking old truck. Alright, so I assume I gotta get backed up to there. You probably want me to pay you before I do anything, huh? Okay.
Your weather down here is awesome.
It's been nice.
Last weekend we came down here, and as soon as we got up to Lynn County, it started raining. Oh, let's just go see. Oh, he does look like the dump truck. It's so cool. Your new name is Gomer.
Yeah, I have a truck that's got a winch mounted on the back of it, but it's not big enough to haul that. And I'm gonna put the title away.
Okay.
You want to measure it before you. Well, you
Well, I can take a look and tell you real quick.
It'll work. I just know it. I was telling him, your new name's Gomer, and you're going to be driving around the farm tonight.
It's got a few dings and dents on it, but I didn't notice any serious rust. Really rare to see one of these low cab forward trucks like this with the chrome grille, chrome emblems all the deluxe cab stainless on it. This is actually an accessory. That you
Sissy
could buy
bar.
back then. Yeah, see, it's got real solid rockers. The fenders are usually all rotted out right through here, so are the steps. It's got the factory tack deluxe heater.
Key.
Key in ignition. We like that. The last one had a key in ignition and I'm using it now. Floors are really solid in this truck.
Yeah. Seat looks nice.
Somebody ordered up the accessory driver's side armrest. This bed needs some new wood on it. By the way, this truck will fit no problem on our trailer.
Yeah. Oh, we have wood.
I think it's the same length as Old Yeller.
Look at that. Wow. 1990 he was registered.
Little bit. This thing's in really good shape.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a peek at the business end of it. If I can get to that hood latch. Oh, this might have the internal one.
He's got nice wipers. Oh, look at that. Well, you have secret access doors. Gomer. Jethro, I almost called him.
Gotta take the yellow jacket with
I usually do, Don. I usually do.
He's gonna get a new barnwood bed.
He is. Look, dual hood latches for this hood. Yeah, it looks real solid and complete. This might be a runner driver, folks.
Wonder what all that information was for.
Yeah, paint code and stuff like
Oh.
that. Cool. That'll work.
It's weird how it opens up the sides.
Yeah. We had another one, and a guy came by and made us an offer we couldn't refuse on it. It was mustard yellow, but he offered to build a truck that I've been trying to build for a while. And if I'd give him the truck, we gave it to him, and she's been sad ever since it left. We
Yeah,
called
I
it
found
Jethro.
that truck.
We called that one Gomer. Yeah, it's got some dents, but real solid. Definitely worth the money.
He's gonna look cute next to Bullfrog.
All right, well, do you think we should try pulling? Do you have anything we could pull it out a little with so I'm not right up against this? I guess we don't really need to, but it might be easier if we pulled it forward just a little and got it a little more out. Wet sanding right here would tell a story.
You think?
Yeah.
Wonder-
Look how solid his cab corners are.
Yeah, look at his
This
steps.
thing's in pretty good shape. I like the deluxe stainless on the cab. It's in real good shape. Kind of weird that somebody would order it with all that. It's got the same kind of radiator thing going on that dump truck we found last week has. Bullets are in nice shape. That's an easy fix.
This.
This is a really rare emblem right here because it's shaped just for this extra short hood.
Jethro have that?
I believe he does, yeah.
But Jethro didn't open up like that on the side, huh?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, does he?
Same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think.
stand on the step and steer if you're ready. Don, can you stand at the front and let us know when the front wheels get there and signal him so he doesn't push us over the edge?
This way just a little bit. Right up that way? This way, you run up against that fender on that side. Just go real slow, Don. Slow that. Can you go back? You're right up against it.
Oh, that helped. Done.
You may have to go up a little bit. And then you got to kind of go that way a little with the back. All right.
There you go.
Can we kind of go that way a little? The rocker steps in on the fender over here, because we're over this way just a little. We can go that way about 2 inches, 1.5 inches that way.
This is going to be right on top of the fender, just right.
All right. Yeah, but once we get up, the back wheels will be up on that middle. It'll compensate for that. Just if you can go up a little bit, just forward. I've got a forklift at home, so I can get it off.
About 12 inches up here. Oh, you're on.
Hey, you're good. You know what? If I could get you to come over here and just kind of push this tire to the side a little bit. Yeah, go ahead.
record of now, don't you?
Pardon?
You got a record of this now, don't you?
Buying or selling.
You go home and look at it.
I think we're fine.
Oh, he's gonna be, you know what? I'll be back in the farm working and he'll be driving around probably
Yeah,
by
last
tonight.
week we bought that one home from Wairika, and we didn't get home till late afternoon Saturday, and I worked on it, got it running and driving, went back, picked her up, took her for a ride in it. We're hoping that chain of good luck will continue with Gomer.
Yeah, we like it when they go nice and smooth. Believe me, he'd have done it by hand. He's done them before.
Yeah. I told her I'm used to working up a sweat when I get here.
If you watch some of his videos, you'll see.
He does have the vacuum power booster for the brakes.
Oh.
Well,
Awesome.
no, not that one.
Oh,
Same as Tinker.
look at that trailer. It's all aluminum.
Yeah.
It's like the same height as my truck.
What are you seeing?
That it's too much? I like this right here. Oh my gosh!
Oh, what'd you find now?
I have never seen a wing nut like that before.
Where?
Look at that thing, it's huge right there.
It's pretty good.
That's awesome.
That is a big wing nut.
It is. Well, he's loaded up. I'm gonna save battery time.
That right there'd be Gomer tailgating us, following us home. It actually turned out to be a pretty solid and straight truck. Got a couple dents in it, but that's to be expected on a 60-year-old truck. Real happy with it. Not a bunch of rust issues. It's got the deluxe trim on it, deluxe cab, rear tachometer. Annabella, you are turning out to be a real good luck charm on the road trips. You look tired, honey. We already know you're a good luck charm.
I am?
Yep.
That's sweet of you.
That's sweet of you. Anyway, sun's going down. We're going home. We're tired and we just want to get Gomer home because I'm thinking we're going to try to get him running tomorrow. What do you think about that, Annabella? Oh, she's tired. Classic truck rescue. 2:30 in the morning on a Saturday night. We're just rolling into the classic truck ranch. And we are tired. But Gomer's home. Get to work on him tomorrow. See if I can possibly get him running. He's a total trooper. He's home. Well, Sunday morning. Actually a pretty nice day out today. But it's way too early out here at the Classic Truck Ranch. And I have to get Gomer unloaded because I got to get this trailer back. I know, I'm still renting trailers. That's dumb. That's really dumb. I've probably paid enough in trailer rentals to buy several trucks. But I don't know. Always seem to be scraping up the money to get the next one. And I think I need to put an end to that pretty soon. anyway, about this Gomer thing over here. Let's take a look at what we got to do. I brought my portable workbench with me today.
That's right behind you.
It's called Old Yeller, and it's a portable workbench, and they come in really handy. I've gotten kind of attached to these old flatbeds because they help me get work done.
Gate's open. Where's my dog?
I'm sure you know.
I do.
I ain't got you just leaving that up in the air like that.
And that.
So anyway, I thought we'd go back and do the most important thing with Gomer, which is to see if his engine's locked up. And if it's not, then we go down through the regular steps to see if we can get him running and driving. And wouldn't it be cool if for the second week in a row we brought a truck back hundreds of miles that had been sitting for decades and got it running and driving around here? I like it when they run and drive. Don't you?
Me too.
Yeah. So let's go check that out.
Okay.
What's really cool about this old truck, they're kind of scarce. One of the reasons is they just looked goofy. I mean, there's a reason I named him Gomer, right? The last one I had like this, I named Jethro. But Goofy's kind of cool now because it's different. Problem back in the day was one of these trucks would break down and people just smash it because everybody likes the pickups, and I like the pickups too, but I like the cool old work trucks, and this guy was a worker right here.
Me too.
But what's really neat about him is he's got a regular hood that has a weird hood latch setup. He's actually, normally these trucks have one hood latch right in the middle. He's got one on each side.
Oh, that you have to open up independently?
Yeah, but I haven't had a lot of experience. Oh, there's one. And there's the other.
Oh, that's blue.
He's got his regular hood right here. He's been to Taco Bell. Somebody's been to Taco Bell.
Protecting his
That was
carburetor.
here. I'm actually glad to see that cup there. But then he's got a side hood over here. It opens up
I know,
like that.
I love that.
And
That
he's
is
got another side hood over here. So he's actually a 3 hood. You know, people talk about 3 windows, 5 windows. He's a 3 hood.
He looks
That's
like a
pretty cool,
freaking dog right now. Oh
Opens
my
up the whole
god.
engine compartment. But right now, the most important thing, and something I've been a little apprehensive about, is to find out if his engine's locked up. Because if his engine's not locked up, chances are real good I'll have him running before the sun goes down. And so I'm going to check that right now. You want to come over here?
Yeah, but I'm kind of short. Did you know I was short?
You mean the lift?
Oh. Oh.
Anyway, show them what he looks like. So his doors are completely different shape. His cabs are completely different shape because you got the fender going way in there. And a guy, I was showing it to a guy today, and I was looking at this right here on the inner step because they're usually flat. And I was looking at it, and he said, well, it's bent right there. And I said, I don't know. They got pretty busy back in the day with the way they made stuff. And we went and looked at the other side, and it has the same stuff right here. So the cabs are completely different. But what's good about this is they're normally completely rotted out right here.
Yeah.
And the floors are gone. His floors are really solid. The bottoms of his doors are solid.
This
and,
part. And this.
He's in pretty good shape.
And right there.
Yeah. So he doesn't have the chrome gauge panels, but he does have a factory tachometer, or accessory tachometer. I'm sorry, someone had to order that back in the day. 1-speed rear end, which is kind of unusual on this. He has the deluxe heater with the deluxe heater controls, and it looks like all the proper pieces are still there. This truck hasn't been picked apart. It's still, and another thing that we like that's encouraging is when we see that thing hanging from the ignition switch over there.
Oh, I know, the key.
Oh, look at his key tag.
What is that patch, that little panel right there in the center? Was that for some other kind of shifter?
That's access to the distributor, I believe.
Oh.
Or not the distributor, but it's an access panel for the engine.
Now, a cab over, doesn't the cab so open up over?
This is not a cab over. A lot of people call it a snub nose, which I guess you could call it a snub nose, but it's not a cab over. It's got a lot of surface rust on him. I don't see a whole lot of rot. There are a few spots where it's rusted through, but this is not going to be a major project to fix. It's pretty solid, even up under the windshield where they all rot out. Looks pretty good. It's also kind of unusual on a farm truck back in the late 50s for somebody to order it up with the deluxe stainless steel trim all the way around the cab. This is actually a deluxe cab, and it's got it around the windshield too.
And those handles.
Got the chrome grille treatment. It's missing an emblem that goes right here. It would, I would say on this truck would say either anywhere from 350 to 450 series truck. But I'm going to check right now and see if the...
I like this, I can video.
I already know that it has a bad heater core, so I will have to rebuild the deluxe heater. And the reason I know that is because somebody has capped off the lines going to the heater. See, that those go to the heater cord. Somebody just looped them around. But I don't really care about that right now. What I care about is whether or not the engine's locked up.
He's got a Chevy car.
And like I said, when you're checking out these, oh, good news, all right, I can feel it. But when you're checking out these old trucks before you buy it, take a minute. And what I do is I apply a little tension to the belt and turn the fan. And that's moving. I think it might even be in gear. But if you can get that bottom pulley down there, you can see that the engine itself is turning over, which is good. Okay, so that's all I really want to do for now. That gives me hope. That's all I need to go on right now. I'll throw a battery in him, get some fuel hooked up to him, and after I spin him around and check all the fluids and everything, we'll see if we can get this fired up.
So you're going to put a splash of oil and some water in him?
I'll take a look at all of his vital fluids and what?
He's got a Chevy carburetor. It says so right on it.
Well, here's the thing. I'm sure that carburetor's been replaced somewhere. He's a 1958. This truck is a 1958, so the odds are that in the last nearly 60 years, somebody's replaced the carburetor. 60 years, that's 6 decades. Here's the controller for that rear factory tach. Sun EB9.
So what year on these trucks did they switch to an alternator from a generator and a regulator?
They did that in the 60s.
Oh.
That's all the trucks that I have had generators. They didn't have alternators. The coil wire is off.
You might need that.
The coil wire is off, but no, it's not. What is that? There's a thing over here sticking out of the engine block that looks just like a coil, but it's not. Can you see it over here? Doesn't that kind of look like a coil?
That's weird.
So I looked at it and thought the coil wire was off, but the coil's over there, and the coil wire's on, which is a good sign.
Is this some kind of a mount?
Fuel lines are still hooked up to their... this is a breather for the crankcase blow-by gases. They would come out here. I don't know why this is hooked up. There probably was a hose at one time that went to the original carburetor that came off of this. But there's a down tube for the exhaust gases.
Is he missing a hose off of that guy right there?
He's got a...
See that silver little nipple sticking out? Right in front of your hand. By your thumb. Right there. You're pointing at it. Ooh! Look at it. Ooh, I was right there on those. God!
Let's just get rid of it.
I was like on them.
Well, I'm glad they didn't sting you.
Me too. I got stung last year by those guys.
They'll get tired of hanging out there.
Thanks, Rick, for peeing them off.
Well, they got to go somewhere else. They can be mad all they want, but they just got to go somewhere else and be mad. I deal with bees a lot. Remember that one time I had thousands of bees in a seat?
They're not bees. They're wasps.
Yeah, I know. They can keep stinging you.
And you're the wasp whacker.
I'm the wasp whacker. He's got to go because I got to work over there. Wonder how long it takes them to abandon a nest. And do you remember when we picked it up? Old Dawn told us. Dawn, was it? It was Dawn,
Yeah.
right?
Dawn and Dawn.
Dawn told us you could have the wasps with it.
Oh, thanks.
And I told them I'd deal with them. And I will. That's a beautiful thing right there. Just below full.
Oh, and it's not. What does it smell like?
Well, it smells like I've been in here a long time.
But it doesn't smell like gas or burnt or.
You ain't a real mechanic
Here, smell
unless
my-
you've had some oil on your nose from smelling oil.
That's thinking with your dick.
But it is on full. Sweet. So, we got good oil. Well, we don't have good oil. We got old oil, but the oil level is in the right spot, and there's not water in the crankcase. The engine does turn over. He must have been away. They get mad when they come home and find out all their homies have been massacred. What do you think this used to say?
That's just something freight, maybe freight or K something RNYT? K?
We have doors like this. The carryall has
Craft.
doors like this too, where the old logos have been painted over, and we have to try to decipher what it used to say. But on this, I kind of want to get back to the original paint. So it wouldn't hurt to take a little wet and dry sandpaper and just wet sand this until the letters start to come out. That'll be another video.
Well, you know what? The further you stand back, and you can almost like no freight, no. I don't know. Come back here and you can see it a little better. You can tell there's a K.
I hate to venture a guess because I've had these doors fool me before. You think you know what it is, and then when you uncover it, it's something totally different. It's like Wheel of Fortune.
Oh.
You got to start guessing. You only get so many guesses. And like I'll give you an A, I'll give you I.
Waiting to be won on.
Okay, so the radiator is dry, which is usually the case. I mean, even once Old Yeller's radiator was completely dry when I got him, I filled him up with water. He hasn't leaked any water. He doesn't overheat. Water just goes away eventually, even in a sealed radiator. After years and years of just sitting. I really love these trucks. I do. And I love it when they show signs that they can be brought back to life, but I love nothing more than one starts and drives under its own power, and I know it's been sitting for 5 years, 10 years, 20, 30. But I think this guy, we're going to give him a drink of water and see how he responds. Now, some of these old guys are cantankerous. You give them a drink of water and they've been sitting for 10 years and they're parched and thirsty and ornery, and you give them a drink of water and they just start spitting it all over the place, which is not good. But
does that mean we could define you as cantankerous?
I don't spit my water all over the place. I'm going to go get 5 gallons of water and we're going to fill this thing up and see what happens.
Okay.
All right, I'll be back.
Okay.
Jamie, I want to see how much water he holds, so will you turn the hose gallon meter on?
Okay.
You got to do this stuff with these old trucks slow. Like if I were to just cram him full of water right now, he'd start spitting it all over the place.
That's what happens.
You just give him a little drink.
That's what happens.
I like it when you can hear him gurgling it. That means the engine crankcase is drinking it up.
He was thirsty.
Yeah.
I don't see anything coming out anyway.
Yeah, that's what we want to watch for right now. It's very crucial that they not have water leaks. And also another thing that we have to check is the oil level again after we fill it with water, because we need to know if there are any leaks in any of the gaskets that separate the cooling system from the oil system.
What is that over there in that canister to the left on the firewall?
This guy right here,
Uh-huh.
that's some kind of a breather. It's a filter, and I think that has something to do with, he's got a pretty intricate brake system on him. He's got a huge vacuum power booster mounted to the frame behind the cab.
Where does his brake
Well, I'm
fluid?
filling this up. If you'd like to take a stroll on behind the cab and look down at the frame, you'll see the vacuum power booster mounted to the passenger side of the frame just behind the cab. And these huge hoses, that's where they go.
Now, where's his
Let me
brake
know how
fluid
that
go?
looks for you. What?
Where do you put his brake fluid?
In the master cylinder, which is located under the floorboard.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your last video taught me that.
He's still drinking.
Vacuum.
Anything coming out the bottom?
No, where's the vacuum booster? Ooh, what is that? That's pretty cool, though. Look at all that. Has something to do with this. Wow. Look at that. Huh. No, nothing's leaking that I see.
Did you see the vacuum power booster behind the cab?
No.
What are you doing?
I'm looking at, I believe it's part of his driveline.
Yeah.
And it's massive, the U-joints, and then it's
He's a
connected.
pretty cool truck, isn't he?
Yeah. And his rear end, his diff is pretty awesome. But no, oh, I see it now. That's the vacuum booster. Wow.
Pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's heavy duty there.
That's heavy duty, all right. Ooh, just so you're aware, it's got your favorite spring clamps on part of it, on the hose.
What's that?
It's got your favorite tension spring clamps on a piece of hose.
You're being facetious. Hey, you know, he's had a really long drink of water.
He has. It's a good thing you didn't fire him up on.
I think we're getting somewhere, though. I do hear some gurgling. Do you hear the gurgling?
Is that made out of copper?
Copper and brass, I believe.
Great, because it's like tarnishing.
We like that. We like tarnish.
Is that his horn?
You have to earn your tarnish. Tarnish isn't free.
Oh, I'm tarnished.
This truck is very complete. The more I look at it, the more that I see things haven't been tampered with. You know, except the air cleaner.
That wire's disconnected right there. The blue wire.
Good eye, Jeannie. And you know what that's from? Somebody standing right there.
Oh,
See their footprint? They stepped on it. And I'm glad you caught that, because I'm going to go ahead and reattach that before we even fire him up.
Yeah, it might help, huh?
Hey, anything you can do to fix a problem that you see on one of these trucks is just going to help you in the end.
Oh, finally. I would say...
And here's another tip. When you're filling up the radiator for the first time, be careful when it gets close to full, because if you splash water all over the place, you're going to see drips. And right now, our main thing that we want to be looking for is any drips coming out of this thing from the bottom.
Gosh, he took a good couple gallons or so, huh?
Yeah. He's got dust coming out of, I see a little dust cloud coming out as I fill it with water.
Well, that's at least as you don't see any milky yucky.
This is a really neat trick. This is a truck that I'll get attached to. Yeah, I actually bought this truck how long ago? Like 4 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Good to have him home. He belongs here.
He does. They all belong here.
The radiator is full right up to there. And
Rusty?
it's not going down. No, it's actually not.
Awesome.
But you know, this is what we do just to get one going. But of course, if you get one going, like Old Yeller, it's okay to drive him around here maybe once a day for the next week, because it helps lubricate everything, helps circulate fluids and stuff like that. But after you have one running that's been sitting for a long time, for you know, even 10 miles. You want to drain all the fluids in it, put new stuff in it. But I've learned that if you let it run the old stuff through it first before you shock it with new stuff, they seem to like that better. The more you do stuff like that, the better they run, you know. This guy at Tune Up, fixed exhaust leak on him. I just inhaled a fly.
What'd that taste like?
I haven't swallowed it yet. It's right about
Oh,
there.
do you know what that fly's been swimming around? Just imagine what that fly's life has been like.
I do see a trouble spot. I do.
A little drip.
Right there. But here's the good news. It comes with a blessing. There's a green tint to the water in the bottom of this radiator, so it tells me that the engine blocks had antifreeze in it. Bad news? Looks like I got a little leak spot right there.
Can you weld that?
No. With radiators this rare and hard to find, you really want to take it to a qualified professional. They got all the tools. They'll do it upright.
What do you never want to put in one of those?
In a radiator?
Yeah, even though they say it's good.
An axe. An axe. You don't want to put an axe in one of
Radiator
those.
stop leak?
Oh, yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, it just gums them all up. Yeah. Yeah, if there really were a miracle cure for oil leaks, slipping transmissions, broken radiators, trust me, everyone would know about it. So, we're full of water. The oil's level's right. I should probably clean the points, but you know what? I like to see how lucky I am sometimes.
Right here. This was him back in the day, huh?
Yeah, he was the one in the dark green ones. Look, what's cool about this truck is it still has the build stuff where they marked on the firewalls.
Oh, you think that's original?
926.
And this? All this? 11.
Look, he's got a lot of right. 450. This is a 450 series, and what's funny is these guys that built these trucks would just write little notes on them and stuff.
Really?
And what's cool about this is when it was coming down the line, guys, trust me, were taking note of the fact that this thing had a chrome grill on it. They were looking at the chrome or the stainless steel polish trim around the whole cab, the deluxe heater, the tachometer, and they were going, wow, somebody spent some money on this truck for a special purpose, and it is a special truck. It is. And it needs to be preserved. Doesn't it, honey? Absolutely. Anyway, let's see if we can get this cool old truck running. Why is the base of the carburetor wrapped in tinfoil?
Heat shroud.
Really?
I don't know.
Well, we'll see about all that, but it's old. It wasn't fitting tight around there. But if this thing doesn't run completely right, I may go get some tinfoil and wrap it around the base of that carburetor and see if it cures any problems.
You're so showing your age.
What do you mean? You got to look for clues. This is a clue.
Tin foil, not aluminum foil. Tin foil. Like a tin can? Aluminum can?
I'm guilty.
Say aluminum.
Yep. Yep.
Can you say aluminum?
Aluminium.
Aluminum.
Aluminium.
Aluminum.
Aluminium.
Try to say
It's a
aluminum.
bloody shag you are, with an aluminium body. Where'd that come
This
from? Where
and
was it?
that, probably. Just like that.
Huh. Yeah, it's very important that we fix the horn right now. No, but good eye. So when you're just trying to get one to run, you don't have to do professional fixes because, like I said, the more things that you see that are obviously wrong with it and you correct, the better your odds are of getting it running. But like this broken wire right here, instead of doing the full, complete, correct way you got to do it, repair job on it.
You're just going to make
Just reattach it. Yeah, I am going to make you
with the wire. Yeah, I get it.
Because when one's been sitting for a long time and it hasn't run for a long time, you're trying to overcome a lot of obstacles just to see if it's worth putting the work into. So if you correct a problem just to the point where you know it won't hinder the way the vehicle runs, then that's all you need for right then. But you make a note of all those things,
Sure.
like a mental note that this needs a new wire connector end put on it. Here's one of my favorite parts, when you put juice to it and see what does work.
Stand back.
That's a very flaky looking ground strap. Very flaky looking.
Oh, look at that. I wonder what that goes to.
You make mental notes of stuff like that. When you see flakiness, put it in your, this is kind of flaky file. Make sure you fix it quick.
Am I in that file somewhere?
Kind of flaky?
Yeah.
No. That was one of those trick questions again. I'm good at dodging.
It's like the Jack in the Box commercial. Jack's like, you have potential. Just gonna go get you a Jack in the Box taco later.
Don't bother. Do not waste your time.
See if we can get fired.
Oh, is it? This is the first time I've sat behind the wheel of this thing.
You're gonna turn him over?
Oh, his shifter's cool. It does weird stuff. It like goes down when you push it forward, and that's pretty cool.
You can check the oil. Oh yeah. There's some dude, that coil wire that's just sitting on the coil.
Oh, a little butchery went on here. You see if I have any headlights? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, well,
Let's go check out his booty.
we're waking him up slow.
Oh, you, lights? Yes. He needs a bulb up top on that one.
Any signs of life are good, because if we know we have power back here, we can repair light.
He's got the most amazing wing nut. Look at that. It's huge.
Generator lights on, dash lights are on. Okay, so I'll be Bob.
Okay.
Apparently, Gomer needs about a whole can of WD-40 just kind of spread out all over him, not just under the hood, like his hinges, hood hinges, door hinges, all his accelerator linkage and stuff like this. And never do this at home, never. This is the improper way to put gas in a vehicle that hasn't had gas in it for a long time.
But that is the way I was
don't
taught
wanna
to get
do that.
fire in the hole and in a
Yeah,
Chevy.
you can have a fire in the hole. You can have a fire
Literally.
outside the hole too.
I know, I've seen it.
But I do this because it just lets me know sometimes real quick whether the truck's gonna run.
You know what is the most awesome thing for
What?
a woman? You're in the house and you're doing something in the kitchen and your honey's out in the garage working, and all of a sudden you just hear fire in the hole, and then you hear pow! Oh crap! You know what I mean? He's out there working on his rig. He's getting it going. It's awesome.
Thanks, honey. You didn't just jinx me, did you?
No.
All right. Well, that's all I need. That's
Do it
pretty
again.
cool, huh?
You
That's
got
all I need right there. That's all I need.
not what? I don't see it rolling.
Well, I'm not going to push him because
Okay.
he doesn't have a fuel system hooked up to his carbonator. And I'm going to hook one of my custom classic truck rescue racing fuel cells up this truck. And I got a lot of these trucks. And not many of them, you know, some of them have the paint code or whatever written on the front of it. But not many of them have the whole cow autographed, and then this guy over here writing his name and stuff. And I'm telling you what that was. This is what that was. 1958, you're working on the GMC assembly line. The concrete company ordered 50 trucks. You're putting together all these trucks. that don't have any chrome anywhere. They're just work trucks, nothing fancy about them. And then all of a sudden comes down this one, right there. All of a sudden comes down Gomer. He's going down the same assembly line, but he's standing out. He's special. Like all the other ones have white painted trim and nothing fancy. They don't have chrome around the windshield and around the doors in the back of the cab. They don't have a deluxe heater. Some of them don't even have a heater. But this guy's all hooked up. And everyone's like, well, I'm gonna write this on this one. And this one guy, he's like, man, that's the prettiest truck I've seen come down the line all week. I'm gonna write my name on it. And that's exactly what happened. This is a special truck. And this truck's not gonna get parted out, and it's gonna get restored. I don't know if I'm the one that's gonna restore it. Probably. I'm getting pretty attached to him. But he ain't getting taken apart. He was a special truck then. He's a very special truck now. And I'm gonna drive this before the sun goes down.
Prove it.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Classic truck rescue. It's not dark yet. It looks dark, but it's not. I would call it dusk. Yeah, it's not dark yet. And Jamie abandoned me because she didn't think I'd get Gomer running. Which I don't really blame her. But Gomer is running. And it's not dark. It's not. It's almost dark. But it's not dark. Honey, it's almost dark. No, I was just going to tell you it's not dark. No, it's almost dark. It's dusk. See, she's stalling. Trying to make me look bad.